Alright, welcome back to SketchUp for Engineers by Firestarter Graphics and Engineering. Today we're going to continue working on the mask that we were doing last time. Last time we used some BZ splines to make this, or the arc tool. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and save, just call this practice for mask. You know what, let's just do that. Okay. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about this line right here anymore. I'm not going to worry about that one right now. My picture is hidden. I don't really need it. But what I do have is my creation that I have. Now, how did I do this hole? I know it's 40 by 40, and when on the picture, what I did was I tried to line this edge up the best I can, force it in red, with right smack in the center, and it's roughly, if I put, what is that? Looks like 13.5 is too much, 13.25 is perfect. And then, measure, another 40, and then we've already got these other marks, so then now we can make our rectangle. Now let's see if we can get this to work. I'm going to hit X-ray so we can see. Usually I can get this to work, but sometimes my video editing software doesn't allow me to do it. But if you take right here and you come up to right here, see where it's pink? You click once and then again, it'll chop it. Now you should be able to come up to the corner. Mine may not do it because it's video recording, but if you double click, yay, it actually did it. It'll do those for you. So go ahead and hide that picture and see, now we've got the square. So that's how I did it on mine. And then just deleted the face, and I can't tell if that's reversed or not. I think it is. I think my faces are reversed. So I'm going to hit reverse faces. Yes, they were. It's hard to tell with my profile. Anyway, okay, the next thing we need to do is, whoops. How do I want to do this? Okay, I'm going to make a copy of this in case I mess it up. So it's going right here. Okay. I'm going to try an experiment here. I haven't done this yet. I'm going to, triple click, right click, hit Weld Edges. Perfect. That way I can select this right now, hit Control Copy. But I'm not going to worry about that. I want to bring this surface up. It's not going to let me, and I can't remember why. Is it because View, Hidden Geometry? I wonder what that is. Definitely not the picture. Well, give me a minute and let's clean this up. I'm actually going to delete that. I don't know what that was, but View, Hidden Geometry. Looks like it was a hidden object of some. That still doesn't allow me to push-pull that. Alright, let's view hidden geometry one more time. Yes, because everything is triangular. I forget why I ended up doing triangles. Okay, give me just a minute to clean some of this up. Okay, all I had to do was I just copied the lines here after I welded them, Control Copy, moved this out of the way, and then did Edit Paste in Place, which brought it here. And then I just drew a line across, which completed the surface, and then I deleted what I didn't need. And now I just need to get rid of that face. So now I can push pull. I'm going to push pull 7 and turn off X-ray so that we can see. And I have some sort of little, I don't know what that's all about. It's an odd goings on, but that's okay. View hidden objects. No, that's still hidden geometry. There's no hidden geometry on mine, so I don't know what I was doing. Anyway, just going to type in 7. Whatever that is, don't really care at the moment. Okay, I'm going to close that. I wonder if I can get rid of this line right there, because I don't like these lines. Hold Control or tap it once to get rid of that. Okay. Alright, we're doing alright. Okay. This is why I like having many copies of things. I'm going to save the work. So now we have this base of a mask, and it doesn't look like a mask, but this is where the filter's kind of going to go. Actually, not kind of. That's where the filter paper is going to go. So, but how do we actually make the body of the mask? That's an excellent question. That's actually pretty easy. So let's see. I'm going to... For some reason it will not let me click. It has destroyed. That is so strange. Hopefully yours doesn't do that. But wow. It's actually broken the geometry to where it sees it as all one face. Just going to do that. I'm just going to close it up. Dang it, you want the magenta. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to select the top ring, Control Copy. We're going to put everything here in a group or a component. This is going to be called Base 2 because I don't know what else to call it at the moment. And then you're going to do an Edit, Paste in Place. Then you're going to hit M for Move. Click on the highlighted ring. Hit the up arrow key and we're going to move it up 43. And that's it. This is what's going to be the top of our mask. Now you're saying, oh, that doesn't look grand. I mean, what are we going to do now? One thing we want to do though is if I right click and hit Weld Edges, is that that didn't do anything for me. Weld Edges. I don't know why it's not welding them, but oh well. Let's bring this back. Let's hit Y one more time because that was before the operation. Let's undo that. Right click. Weld that together. Okay, perfect. That's what you want. We want it to be welded. Okay, so this is going to be where our face goes, but it's too small, so we need to scale it. And we're going to weld these edges together too to make this easier. Okay, perfect. So you could use the tape measure tool like we've been using. You know, we need 126 from here to here. But the problem with that is it doesn't scale and keep it about the center every time. Like if I would put this in a component and we were to use the tape measure tool, it won't keep it centered because if you look, whoops, inside the component our axes are right here, not right here. So you could do tools think it's called move. It's called axes. And you can click here along the red and along the green, and it will put at your new axes of your component in there. So now if we were to use the tape measure tool from here to here and type in 126 M, hit yes, it'll scale about the center. So that's one way of doing it, but messing around with all of that can take some time. And when it's easier to hit S, and we want to scale about this side, so I'm going to hit Control to make it about the center, but Shift will also do it proportionally. We're just going to move it out, and we're going to type in 126 M, and that'll just scale it towards a measurement. So that's the option we want. Okay, we are actually almost done for this section. Now we just need to make our lofting profile. So sometimes it works this way, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you can actually just hit the Curvy Loft. We want to do loft by spline because these are all splines. You're going to click it, you're going to click inside here, and you're going to click on that one, and then you can click OK. And it's going to generate this profile, which is what we want. But let's do it a different way. You can explode the curve and explode things, and then select not the curve, explode the components, select the curves first, and then hit Curvy Loft. But it doesn't matter. So I'm going to click this, click that, click OK. Okay, great. Now we kind of have a profile that we like. Now, if you've never used Curvy Loft, the idea is here you can kind of drag these vertexes around a little bit, but I don't mess around with that. Sometimes it's helpful. So let's do it again. Oh, whoops. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, there's a check mark. Okay. So we're just going to create this profile. Now all these options come up here. And if you look at our mask, it's kind of... If I click OK, it's not really what I want. So I'm going to go back to preview mode. I mean, it's kind of ugly looking. So this is where you can start looking at the spline method. If you hit this one, it doesn't really change much. But then there's that one. That one's cool. Or there's this one. Or there's this one. And there's that one. And then just straight lines. But my all-time favorite is this one. Ooh. Yeah, this one gives a little bit more space for the nose. So, segments is these things. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 segments here. We can increase it, but then the geometry just gets too out of control. You can even reduce it to 5, but then you're not too smooth. When 10 is just right. Vertex matching, I keep it when possible to match it. You can mess with some other things, like if you do that, you just leave the splines, but we actually want to face. So then click OK, and there's our profile. Now it's just a thin wall. It would be pretty hard to 3D print, but don't worry, we can fix that. So I'm going to save our progress where we're at. Notice it makes it a group, so that's perfect. I'm going to go inside the group. I'm going to use this thing called the Thickened Surface, or this one's Thickened A Surface. This one is, you can just read what you want. I'm curious what this one does, so I'm going to grab it. Ooh. Just bring it in and type in 1.5, hit enter, and then click outside. And okay, let's go back. Let's go back a couple. Let's grab this one instead. I don't want too many broken faces. Click on it. Okay, that's going to make broken faces too. So exit, go back. What does this one do? Just thicken a surface. So 1.5. Click, it's probably going to break some faces too. Yeah, I guess not much we can do with that. Okay, so click the exit. We're going to have to fix these faces. This doesn't take too long, but it is a little tedious. So go inside the group, use the line tool. And that's all you have to do to fix them. Doesn't take too long. It's just annoying. A lot of times it doesn't do this, but a lot of times it does. And it might be because we're still not large enough and the faces are breaking. So I don't know if that's going to make it. Yeah, it made it a solid group, which is what we want. But now, if you don't want them showing, just hit the eraser, tap control, and smooth them out. You could probably use soften edges in the right side default tray, but I guess don't erase it, just soften it. There we go. And look at that, we've got a mask profile all built, and it's looking pretty good. You could technically print it off like this. It would be a little uncomfortable on the face, and it would work. And then wrap your filter material here and rubber band it, but we're going to try to make it a little better. So, alright, that's where we're going to end tonight before we move on to the next portion. So anyways, thank you for watching.